My name's Tony Webb. I'm actually working with the University of Western Sydney. I've come down for this meeting today. But for many years I used to work building connections between growers, workers in the industry, companies, and with the consumer movement. And one of the campaigns we worked on was the campaign about Made in Australia labelling. Now, what we're talking about here today is something that Heinz need to understand is really in their interest. Because if they do what they're proposing to do, which is to shift production to New Zealand, and then start importing tomatoes from there to there from somewhere in Southeast Asia, they can kiss goodbye to being able to label all Heinz products in Australia as made in Australia or product or produce of Australia. And that is a significant concern to many consumers. Not everybody. A lot of people buy on the basis of price. But a lot of people do look at the label. And if Heinz were to lose about another 3 to 5% of its market share, then Coles and Woolies are going to turn around to Heinz and say, oh, come on guys, you now need to give us the home label product. So they're going to lose even more market share. So please, Heinz, think about it. What we're offering you here is a win-win, where you benefit. You get exactly what you want. You want out of production here. And you want to retain your market, so we can deliver you that. But if you don't do it this way, then there are consequences. And this campaign is prepared to actually look at what those consequences would be for Heinz. It means going to the consumer organisations, which we've already started doing. It means talking to Get Up about running a national campaign that says Heinz is now imported stuff. We don't want to do it. But if we have to preserve this factory here, we will. Peter Walsh, Minister of Agriculture, used to be a tomato grower, is prepared to put money behind a feasibility study to prove what you can do in terms of running that factory competitively. Simon Crean, the Minister for Regional Development, is looking at this in terms of the whole idea of growing connected to processing, and the Goulburn Valley is one of the case studies that we want to look at. And there's $5.3 million sitting there waiting to be spent on good initiatives. So there's real hope for this, but the first step has got to be persuade Heinz to leave that factory as a going concern. We don't want to see a burnt, scorched earth policy here. They've written off the price of that equipment through the taxation system. The taxpayers have effectively bought that already. Please leave it here. Please leave it here so people can prove what they can do here in this valley about building connections between growers, processors and into the market to provide quality, made in Australia produce. Thank you.